Hi there, Melissa Waldner with Webster Area Development Corporation. I want to give you a quick tour of our Lake Region Business Center. It's right on Main in Webster, and it is a big red brick building, so you can't miss it. It was originally constructed in the 1950s as a water treatment plant. After that, the vocational school was here for several years, and the Development Corporation actually purchased it in 2011, and we have made a lot of updates. So I wanted to show them off to you in case you haven't been here yet. The first thing you might notice is this office here. This is where the Webster Area Chamber of Commerce is. And so they moved in here about a year ago, and I think that's been working out really well. If you need to stop by and see her, Olivia's here usually from 9 to 2 during the weekdays, and her information is on our front door in case you need to reach her outside of those hours. We are in the lobby right now. We have a little bit of seating. The chamber has some of their brochures here for tourists and of course residents if you need them as well. We have a restroom, which is always handy. And some of you might be really familiar with this room. This is our conference room. A lot of community groups meet here, like the Development Corporation meets here, the vision teams meet here, the housing board meets here, lots of groups. So if you need a quiet space for your business or for your community nonprofit group, let me know. It's a perfect place if you want to have, if you need to do some strategizing, or if you need to do some interviews, or maybe you just need a quiet space out of the office to get some things done. Whether you need it a couple days or just an hour or something like that, we'll try and make that work for you. We'll talk about some of the features we have here. We do have a whiteboard, which is really handy if you want to sketch something out or make a list kind of for everybody to see. That's kind of handy. We also have a TV. You can bring your laptop and hook that up and do your presentation from there. We also have Wi-Fi, of course, because how can you do anything without Wi-Fi these days? We also have a kitchenette. And we have a refrigerator, a sink, a coffee maker, and a microwave. So it's really handy if you are having a meeting. It's always a good idea to bring food and drink, right? Helps keep things moving along. So we try to make that easy for you. We just ask that you clean up after yourselves when you use that space. And then if you are a nonprofit or a community group, we'll waive kind of a small fee that we would charge a business. And so there's no cost to nonprofits. If you're a business, we try and make it work. If you're going to be here for several days, we'll make it work. So that's kind of the short story on the conference room and kind of this side of the building. Some of you know that this is a very large building. And so on the way north end, that is where the new CTE Center is. That's the Webster Area School District partnering with Wabae School District, Department of Education, a lot of different industry partners, and Development Corporation, of course, too, to help kids explore different careers, especially ones that are local. So there's welding class, building trades, there's some architecture, there's some classes about career exploration. So middle schoolers are also coming out here using the welding simulator and just really kind of figuring out what they might be interested in doing. And so that is happening in this building too. It's a whole nother entrance. Maybe we'll do a tour of that one in the future here. But it's a great space. They've just completed their second year in operation, which is exciting. And so they're out for the summer. So that's happening up there. Also on the north edge of the building is Tailfeather Photography. So if you're looking for Stacy Dunsey, her studio and her office is up that way too. If you need help finding it, you know where to find me, I hope. And then I also wanted to talk about a couple opportunities coming up. So right now you might notice, have heard also that the liquor store is temporarily in the business center, and that is true. They're here this summer while they're doing some construction of the new building. It's going to be on that same site on Highway 12. They're just making a new building. So they needed a temporary space, and so that's why they're here. We originally remodeled that building for the Big Stone South to Ellendale, project, they wanted a field office, and that worked out really, really well for a couple of years. Now their project is done and they've moved on, so we'll have these guys in temporarily. One cool thing is we did just add a new door, so a separate entrance for that space this summer, or this spring, I guess. So that's really exciting to see. We'll have to do another video and show you that. So it's going to be a really nice space. It's really flexible. It could go, a lot of different types of businesses would be perfect for that space. So if you have a business that you want to expand, if you have an idea that you'd really like to pursue and you want to utilize our space, give me a call and we'll figure that out. So in addition to that big open space, they also have a few small offices, and there's a private restroom down there, and there's also a smaller conference room. So a lot of opportunities there. Also, kind of on the north end by Tailfeather Photography, we do have another room that we could use we could remodel for another office. So if you need an office and you'd like to check that out, you let me know, and we'll find a time to do a tour and do some talking about what you need and how we can do that. If you have any questions or you just want to know more about all this, feel free to give me a call or stop by. Again, my office is in the Dade County Courthouse, room number 110 in the lower level, and my office number is 605-345-3159, and my email, I should say, is wadc@itctel.com. So thank you so much for listening and spending your time with me for a few minutes here. And if you have any questions, just holler.